Hey everyone, it's Riggs. I'm back with some more crazy Indiana Jones news. Now, I saw this information from Doomcock on YouTube the other day, yesterday, I think, that there was some interview with John Williams, and he confirmed that there was alternate endings being shot for Indiana Jones still to come, that he was going to be scoring them in a few weeks. He took a soundbite from Williams and went on a whole tear with what it could possibly mean. Here's an article from Bound to Get It Comics. I'll put the link in the description that talks about this. I was kind of waiting for an article to do a video on this. John Williams confirms Lucasfilm is shooting multiple endings for Indiana Jones in the Dial of Destiny by John F. Trent. Composer John Williams recently confirmed Lucasfilm is indeed shooting multiple endings for Indiana Jones in the Dial of Destiny, despite repeated denials from director James Mangold. YouTuber Overlord DVD, that's Doomcock, recently shared a clip of Williams speaking to a crowd in Italy about the film, where he notes that Lucasfilm is planning to shoot another ending for the film. Addressing the audience in Italy, Williams states, "Here are 3 pieces from Indiana Jones 5. I felt we would be finished with Indiana Jones after 4. You know, Harrison Ford. You all know who Harrison Ford is, and Harrison is 78 years old, but he is much younger than I am. Well, I thought, if he can do 5 of them, I have to try to do the final 5 also." Harrison is 80 years old, right? He then states, "So we have just about completed the film. We have maybe another ending to shoot and to record, maybe in a couple weeks." Last night, John Williams told his audience that they are shooting a new ending to Indiana Jones 5 in a couple weeks. Thanks to Doomcock for the find. Added captions for you. Williams' comments appear to confirm rumors from Overlord DVD indicating that Lucasfilm has shot multiple endings of the film. Overlord DVD first reported that there were multiple endings of the film back in June 2021, when he stated 2 endings are supposedly being considered in the script. I guess they've been written and they are going to shoot both of them. Both endings allegedly have old Indiana Jones dying at the end of this movie. And that's what James Mangold has denied vehemently, that there's no possible way that Indiana Jones is going to be passing the torch to anybody else. That would imply dying. If he died, then we don't get old Indy with the eye patch in the museum, taunting kids in the 90s. I don't think we're going to get that anyway. Maybe that's the alternate ending they're shooting now. They're going to recreate one of the scenes from the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. We'll have de-aged Harrison Ford, and then we'll have super old man makeup Harrison Ford in an eye patch with a cane, rattling it at some young boys that are playing hooky in the museum while on a field trip. But in one of the rumored endings, young Indiana Jones dies alongside old Indiana Jones, and Phoebe Waller-Bridge swoops in like a vulture, picks the hat up, and takes his place moving forward, he adds. And of course, that imagery is obviously because Doomcock is not a big fan of the Phoebe Waller-Bridge character or how it's been described. She's been described in a way that she henpecks Indiana Jones. She mocks him because he's a doddering old fool at this point, and she's a much more lithe and limber young person who's fearless and a troublemaker. This information about multiple endings was also reported by the Daily Mail, who claimed a source informed them a handful of different endings have been shot and are being shown to test audiences. In one, Indy dies, but not before handing over his bullwhip to Phoebe's character. More recent information from Overlord DVD indicates that there were already at least 6 endings filmed. In a video uploaded in early November, Overlord DVD stated, "We've been told out of the 6 endings they tested, the best one gets a 35% approval from test audiences." Now, if memory serves, there were something like 6 endings also filmed for Rise of Skywalker, and that turned out to not be true. So I'm pretty sure, I have my doubts on the sources, the 4chan leaks, all these things. As I've said before, the idea that the torch will be passed, to me, makes sense. From a business standpoint, to have a replacement character that they're going to be able to generate new content with, but all this stuff is fishy to me. I find Doomcock's channel to be incredibly entertaining at times, but this, along with the constant barrage of Kathleen Kennedy rumors that she's going to be fired, and that she's now we're hearing about that again, that she's been supposedly been offered a severance package, and she's going to fade away around the time Indiana Jones 5 comes out. I'll believe it when I see it. Usually when people start talking about Kathleen Kennedy's about to be fired, that's a surefire indicator that she's being given a contract extension. So let's keep an eye on that. We've been told that Bridge put the hat on in every ending, he added. Overlord DVD then clarified, all my spies actually said was Phoebe Waller-Bridge puts on Indy's hat, takes Indy's whip, and in a brave and stunning display of girl power, she becomes the bestest Indy ever at the end of all 6 versions of the movie. But I think that's implying the montage that we've been told about, that they're going to have this character, Helena, be recreating certain scenes from the 3 classic Indiana Jones movies, and potentially, I guess they could have some stuff from Kingdom of the Crystal Skull in there too. But the whole concept here is that she's going to be trying to prevent reality from unraveling, so she's going to be stepping in and making sure all these things happens. The Ark of the Covenant is found, and Belloc and Tot are destroyed. We've got presumably she's going to be finding the Sankara stones and restoring the village and saving the children. We'll have the Holy Grail be recovered, and prevent the Nazis from getting hold of it. So this is the kind of stuff that they're talking about. The film's director, James Mangold, has refuted claims that Phoebe Waller-Bridge's character is replacing Indiana Jones. At the beginning of December, he wrote on Twitter, "One more time, no one is taking over or replacing Indy or donning his hat, nor is he being erased through some contrivance." And he never was, not in any cut or script, but trolls will troll. That's how they get their clicks. And I think he calls us all a-holes at some point. He continued, "And please don't exhaust me pointing out how once in a while a troll is right. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut now and then. All one has to do is look at set photos, interviews, and you get enough info to make wild guesses about movie plot." And I said the same thing. We saw the trailer, and then immediately, well, maybe not immediately, but a few days later, new leaks from 4chan, and it was all stuff that I think was, guesses and bogus. The difference between trolling a-holes, there we go, and everyone else is that they are trying to make money off your feelings about other films and culture war politics. That is true. They push controversial guesses as coming from sources to gin up clicks. Let it go, and he concluded. So I'm inclined to believe Mangold, but again, we've been burned a few times by creators, directors, writers responding to some fan outrage and saying one thing and then having it be exactly what people thought it was going to be or speculated it was going to be. As for what Williams' revelation about the new ending means, Overlord DVD opines if they are shooting a new ending, they may be cutting down on Fleabag's role. Presumably Fleabag is Phoebe Waller-Bridge. They may be editing out a bunch of her disrespectful, snarky comments to Indy. A new ending means Disney realizes they have a looming disaster on their hands, so we can't rule out not only a new ending, but an entirely different approach to the movie. And here's where Doomcock, I think, completely runs off the rails. So in his video, he's got a whole speculation that the time travel element of the film, that I am like pretty darn sure that based on what we see in the trailer, even though it could be anything, but there is definitely going to be a time travel element to this movie. It's not just a flashback where they have Harrison Ford de-aged. He even speculates they might even trash the much hated time travel angle as well. Right. So if the whole movie is predicated on this time travel element, that they're looking for this clock that's going to, the dial of destiny presumably is part of that. It's going to, the Nazis are looking for it. I've read some articles that this is, there's like a historical precedent for this MacGuffin that they're talking about, and they're going to end up back in time. And they have to do some, heist back in time to try to, make something right or recover the clock or whatever. And then presumably, if he doesn't die, they come back to, 1969 and that's it. But you can't have a complicated plot, even though it seems kind of goofy, that the whole film revolves around that, and then start splicing something together based on a last ending. And really, what are they looking for? You're looking for a scene where all these characters, maybe we'll get Short Round and Marion and whoever else, Willie, whoever else. They're having a reunion at a restaurant or something, celebrating Indiana Jones's retirement, and we'll zoom out and see them all laughing, and that'll be the end of the series. That would be so incredibly lame. Like, is that the happy end that people are looking for? I don't think so. But you're not going to refilm something like that based on some test audiences that may or may not exist, and then take apart the whole movie. One of the things that Doomcock complains about is that they've created this Lego set of a movie where they're piecing different things together based on audience reaction. And now you're going to create a new ending and do even more of that. It would be even worse. I think it's preposterous. What do you make of Williams confirming Lucasfilm and Disney are shooting multiple endings for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny? I'm interested in your thoughts. Leave a comment below. Let's see what you think, and maybe we'll do another mail call episode soon, and we'll talk about it. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications. If you enjoyed this content, please like the video and share it with your friends, and you'll help our channel grow. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.